welcome you all for this series of Searching the Truth. Once again, today we are going to look into a new truth. Let's read 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 14 and 15. It's a very interesting verse which I found. But their minds were made dull, for to this day the same veil remains when the old covenant is read. It has not been removed, because only in Christ is it taken away. Even to this day, when Moses is read, a veil covers their heart. Let me read it again for you. But their minds were made dull. The word dull is important. For to this day, the same veil remains when the old covenant is read. I found this to be very interesting. If you read in the Old Testament about Moses would go to the presence of God, and when he returns back, his face would be glowing with the presence of God. And Moses never was not aware that his face was glowing. And so, the people were afraid to see his face. Imagine what a glorious glowing it would be. So Moses put a veil because the people were not coming close to him and they were afraid. Now the verse here says, their minds were made dull because of that veil. So I began to think, how is it that the veil made the hearts of the people very dull? There's an amazing truth behind it. The light in the face of Moses was a result of his going into the presence of God and coming out of the presence of God, which symbolizes his relationship with the Lord. And whenever Moses came to the people, he put a veil, which means Moses did not want to talk about the light in his face, but he only wanted to talk about what the law of the Lord had to be given to the people. This is what the law says. This is the 10 Commandments. These are the laws which the Lord has given you. You have to follow this. If you don't follow this, you will be doomed. So that was the only thing Moses was conveying to the people, and he never talked about the light which was glowing in his face, which was as a result of his relationship with the Lord. Because it was the law that was always projected to the people. People were, whenever they fell into guilt. There's so much of guilt, shame, struggle, and their hearts began to grow dull. Life was not flowing inside the hearts of the people. And that is why when Jesus went to the cross, that veil was torn down. When Jesus came into this world, he showed his relationship with the Father. Jesus was the only person who showed God as a Father, the Father-Son relationship. Moses never consulted God before putting the veil. The light has to shine on the people. That is why when we read in the book of John, chapter 1, the light that enlightens every man. There's a beautiful verse in the book of John, chapter 1, where it says, in him was life. Verse 4. In him was life, and that life was light of all mankind. Jesus was holding a light, and that light was life. for all mankind. Moses was carrying that light in his face, but he put a veil. So life did not flow, and it made the heart of the people dull. Or in other versions it says hardened heart, stony heart. So this is an awesome truth. See, you cannot follow the law to reach God. You have to follow God to follow the law. You have to love the Lord. You have to move in relationship with the Lord to follow the law. You cannot follow the law, try to do pleasing things, believing that if you do this, that, He will bless you. No. First go to Him. Let Him bless. Move in relationship with the Father, in the love. Then it will be easier for you to follow the law. I believe this truth blesses you. Thank you.